when I was like a 15-year-old kid and everything, we always hung out at Greg Noll's shop.
Yeah.
And we loved it, you know. And the big deal about it, hanging out with shops, was the thumb. So anyway, there was a thumb on the right next to the cash register in the front, in a block of resin. This thumb, and we'd grab the resin, and we'd sit on the floor and look at all the surf pictures and pass around the thumb and stare at it. On one side, the nail was all blue and purple and everything. And you flipped it over, and you could see the bone and the tendons hanging out the bottom.
Yeah.
And we were going, oh, bitching, you know. And we pass around the thumb, you know, in the surf shop.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'd always ask, whose thumb is this? At Greg Noll's shop. And Greg Noll goes, I don't want to talk about it. Get your asses. Are you guys going to buy anything? And we go, no, we just came out here to hang out. He goes, get your asses out of the shop, you know, after a while. And the more we asked him about the thumb, the more pissed off he got. And so then, about 8 years go by, and I'm surfing for Jacobs, and there was a shaper there that used to shape at Greg Noll's, and his name was Ricky James. And he made Mickey Dora's decap models, you know, and stuff when he worked for Greg Noll. And he didn't have a thumb. So I go to Ricky James, I go, what happened to your thumb? He's making me a surfboard. And I forgot about the old days, you know, I was 15 passing around the thumb and stuff. And he goes, you don't know what happened to my thumb? I go, no. He goes, I'm not telling you, I don't want to talk about it. And he'd get all upset while he's shaping my board. So I didn't want him to fuck up my surfboard, so I just said, you know, drop it. So on about the 5th board that he made me, he's a really good shaper. I said, listen, you got to tell me, we're getting to be good friends, you got to tell me about the thumb. You know, what happened to the thumb? He goes, well, I'm making Mickey Dora's first decap model that he had for Greg Noll. So I'm making the board, and we're working on, we get the board finished. And so then it's lunchtime, and everybody leaves, and it's on a Friday. And everybody left the factory to go have lunch, and Greg Noll wouldn't give anybody their paycheck until they drank a keg of beer on Friday. And they had to kill the whole keg. And so he went to the liquor store and to get the keg of beer, and it was just Mickey Dora, Ricky James in the factory. So he wanted a special fin to go with his Mickey Dora decap model. So he's cutting out the fin on a bandsaw, and all of a sudden he slipped, and the thumb came right off. And so he's sitting there going, and Mickey Dora grabs a resin rag that was all dirty and everything, sticks it on the thumb, and he goes, come on. And he threw him in his Volkswagen and drove the emergency ward to South Bay Hospital. So they go running in, and while they're going into the hospital, Greg Noll comes back with a keg of beer on his shoulder and goes, wow, look at that, that's bitchin'. And he sees the thumb, mixes up a hot batch in a Dixie cup of resin, and throws the thumb in the Dixie cup. So then the doctor at the ER goes, where's the thumb? And he goes, it's back at the factory. He goes, we just left it. He goes, just this year, we've been able to put toes and thumbs back on. So we can sew it back on and he'll never know the difference. And Ricky goes, really? And he came out of shock and started talking. And he goes, Mickey goes, please go get my thumb. And so then Mickey runs back to the shop to get his thumb. So he runs in there and the thumb's not on the bandsaw. So he goes, where in the thumb? So he runs into Greg Noll's office and he goes, have you seen Ricky James's thumb? And Greg goes, that's Ricky's thumb? He goes, yeah. He goes, how do you like my new paperweight? And it was in the resin, in the block of resin. So he grabs the resin and tears off back to the ER. And the doctor goes, you get the thumb? Did you get the thumb? And Ricky goes, yeah, I got the thumb. And he hands him the resin. The paperweight with the thumb in it. And so then anyways, the doctor goes, what do you expect me to do with this? And he goes, I don't know. You asked for the thumb. I got the thumb. Then Ricky James just fainted right then, and he was so pissed off the next day that Greg went and did that to his thumb. He quit shaping for Greg Noll and started shaping for Jacob. I go, that was your thumb? I go, when I was a little kid, we'd pass that thumb around the Greg shop every day. We loved that thumb. And Ricky grabbed me and he goes, not as much as I did.